Justin Trudeau takes to the pages of Marie Claire magazine to talk about feminism, but I think he's a hypocrite, and so is Marie Claire. Marie Claire used to be a moderately interesting Canadian women's magazine, the kind of thing that you read when you're waiting for your turn in the stylist chair or for your nail tech to finish up with a client. It has articles about fashion, about makeup, and about relationships, you know, all the usual junk that's in these magazines. But more and more frequently, it carries glowing articles about Justin Trudeau. And I mean a lot of these articles, like a lot of the time. Just look at the title of this one article. Justin Trudeau is fully man-spreading on the cover of Delta Airlines magazine, and Twitter is going nuts. Oh, hello. No, not hello. I want the Prime Minister to quit wasting my money pretending to be a male model. But this is apparently the best thing ever, according to Marie Claire magazine. I'll admit I'm not an avid reader of that magazine anymore, and every issue of Marie Claire makes me just more and more confident in that decision. I actually even did a story a little while ago about how Marie Claire magazine has this ongoing fetish about our dear leader's rear view. No, really. They made a video about it, while also simultaneously decrying the sexual objectification of women in other articles. Yeah. Anyway, now Marie Claire is letting Justin Trudeau write essays for them about feminism. One might say that Justin is invading women's safe spaces to lecture them about women's issues. I wouldn't say that because I don't know and I don't care to follow these feminist rules, but a feminist might say those things. Giving Justin Trudeau a platform to lecture the country about his strange form of liberalism is just another example of Marie Claire's ongoing descent into, well, becoming the women's propaganda wing of the Liberal Party of Canada. But it's also, well, it's more than that. The article itself is allegedly written by Justin Trudeau, but it just shows how hypocritical he is when it comes to women's issues. And it's absolutely everything you'd expect from someone as, well, self-unaware as our Prime Minister. The essay he wrote is about how he and his wife are raising their children, 2 boys and a girl, to all be feminists. Let me read to you the portion of the article that, well, it really stood out for me. Trudeau writes, "It's 2017. Of course he wrote that. What Trudeau's statement wouldn't start out with an announcement about what the current year is? Anyway, I'll go on. It's 2017, yet in Canada and around the world, women and girls still face violence, discrimination, stereotypes that limit them, and unequal opportunities that keep them from achieving their dreams." Typical. For some reason, the Liberals just love to put Canada on par with other countries that actually treat women like garbage, like Saudi Arabia, like Iran, like areas under the control of the Islamic State. Sorry, I'll keep reading. "It's maddening to me that my brilliant, compassionate daughter will grow up in a world where despite everything she is as a person, there will still be people who don't take her voice seriously, who will write her off simply because of her gender." I'm sure the PM's daughter is all those lovely things her dad says she is. But if anyone writes her off, it certainly won't be because of her gender here in Canada. She might be forced to live down her parents' legacy of, well, strange moral preening, out-of-touch opulence, cultural relativism, and disastrous economic policies. It won't be fair, but that's just the way it is when you've got a family name like Trudeau. But I don't want to talk about the PM's kids as much as Trudeau himself keeps using them as emotional cannon fodder in some sort of sales pitch for his shallow form of feminism. I'm leaving these little kids alone, like all kids should be. The irony here is that those few sentences I read you could be written by Rachel Harder's father about his daughter's treatment by the Liberals and Justin Trudeau himself. Rachel Harder is a hardworking, conservative millennial woman, but she was denied the ability to chair the Status of Women Committee after being chosen to do so by her conservative colleagues because the Liberals disagreed with her personal convictions. The Liberals blocked her from her promotion. By all accounts, Harder is a brilliant, compassionate woman too, but she didn't have her voice taken seriously by the Liberals because she's the wrong kind of woman. She's a pro-life one. If Trudeau truly cared about women and girls in Canada facing discrimination and stereotypes that limit them, I would think he'd refrain from appearing in gender-segregated mosques like he did here. Just watch.
And as I look at this beautiful room with the sisters upstairs, everyone here, the diversity we have just within this mosque.
Trudeau and his ilk have absolutely no problem calling the Catholic Church sexist because, well, us Catholics don't ordain women. They call my Catholic pro-life views anti-woman. But a sex-segregated mosque? That's tolerance to the max. Last week, it was revealed that the Liberals intervened and put a stop to the RCMP using a screening questionnaire which asked asylum seekers questions about their views on the treatment of women. According to the Liberals, that questionnaire itself was racism. The questionnaire asked migrants what is their opinion of religious practices and equality between men and women. It asked asylum seekers how they would feel if their boss was a woman and how they would feel about women who don't wear the hijab and other religious head coverings. The RCMP were doing their jobs, trying to protect Canadian women from radicalism, but screening for misogynistic extremism is now racism in Trudeau's post-national Canada. Trudeau says he's just so concerned that women still face violence, discrimination, and stereotypes that limit them. He says he's so concerned that his daughter will grow up in a world where she'll be written off because of her gender. But Trudeau's not concerned enough to make sure that dangerous, sexist ideas about women and their roles and behavior in our society aren't imported into our country in bulk. Trudeau wants to have it both ways, and it's Canadian women and our daughters who will suffer for it. Justin Trudeau has an emo, high school boy style of feminism. It's not real, it's not very consistent, it's not well thought out, but it does what it's meant to do. It's meant to win the chicks over. It's meant to make the ladies swoon. And it looks like it's working on the gals down at Marie Claire magazine. The rest of us, not so much. For the Rebel.media, I'm Sheila Gunn-Reid. To sign our petition to Agriculture Minister Lawrence Macaulay, asking him to demand that the Prime Minister reverse his tax grab on Canada's family farms, go to savethefamilyfarm.ca.